Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Zach Wilson and the New York Jets taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Working with a 2nd and 3. Allen going to throw. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
Allen's throw taken in by Landry. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the...
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They've just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Jets at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Allen. Flushed out right. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
57's Mike 57.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. That is complete downfield to Knox. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 37 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So don't say nothing. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Go.
Here's Allen to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Hey. 4 down. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, watch the screen.
Here's Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here we go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wilson. That's caught at the 3. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Ready.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Switch up.
Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. Okay, CD, second quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you got to get some points here. Hey, you're riding it big time. Go get it done.
Going with their tight end on fourth. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Conklin, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. I saw you nodding your head in approval. We're not in the late stages. This isn't the fourth quarter, but the decision to go for it, a good one.
Yeah, I like it, you know, a lot of times early, too, because it sets the tone for what you're going to do throughout the ball game, and it tells your team you're planning to be there to be aggressive, and you're planning to win the game, and sometimes they come along with your thinking.
And they only had 1 yard to go, and they got it in. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jets back in possession. There's Denzel Mims. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, you know, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. 58.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, caught by Mims.
Let's go. Hey. 58, boy, 58. Come on. Get ready.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To the right side, this is Edwards. Takes it to about the 37. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
58's Mike, 58's Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Allen. And he's got the hook up to Landry. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On play action, Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Let's get off the field, D. 90's a bite.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Escaping the pressure. And the pressure gets to him again. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one fielded at the 5 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That's complete to his running back, Carter. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Bills to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. This one swung out to Montgomery. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Allen. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen now looks to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Montgomery back to the ground. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd down and 6. Montgomery on the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 13-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
34's the money. He's coming. Check him. Check him. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Mike 34. Mike 34.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught.
They still playing soccer.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Bass on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And New York set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his left.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Allen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Montgomery will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
49 the mic. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Rashad Bateman, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Allen now on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Allen off the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On third down, they go Montgomery. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So here's Wilson and the Jets down by 2 touchdowns. 1:47 on the clock. Now the missed field goal, that was big. That keeps them within 2 scores, and they've got it 1st and 10. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 50.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 9, check 9.
Now Montgomery running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, and deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did. But they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate. Because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for Buffalo, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss here will move them back to 5.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys versus Lamar Jackson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
49, guys.
Jackson now. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
Straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the 24, Jackson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this? We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 carries, 61 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
He's coming, double up.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. The Cowboys in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the light.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Throwing, Prescott. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 19 carries, 72 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Here's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. 48, Mike, 48.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 52.
Now Prescott. Open man is Uzama. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
I got you, pop. Hey, Mike 52.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Open man is Bourne. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Hands it off out of the gun. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
On second down, here's Fournette. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the penalty, it's Fournette. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its fourth.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking.
Was because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52.
On second and 11 now. Prescott. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 11. Oh, Prescott stripped. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This is caught by Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. Smith catches left side. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A first down throw for Prescott. Buying time to his left. He's got a man, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And again, it's Prescott. Prescott stripped, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Prescott. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Fournette on the toss to the right, and he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
A shotgun give to Fournette. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Able to complete this to Shenault. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Play action. Now Jackson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out now come the Cowboys. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys. And that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Prescott on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
After the interception, here's Jackson on the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson and Brait, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw is Jackson. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. 3 yards remain for second down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Jackson will throw again. Rolling to his left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Jackson on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Jackson. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Jackson. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Tyler Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Mike, 48. Hey, here we go. Check, 48's the mic.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Come on, let's go. Check safety, check safety.
And they will take a knee here.
Double tight. 48, 48's the mic. God, now I'm ready.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Prescott, he goes down. That should just about do it. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And he will have a Patriots first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. He'll get this to about the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Let's go, D. 41 Mike.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 41's coming. 41's a Mike.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Mike 41.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he finds Parker here, complete. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. 41's coming. 41's a mic.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Yeah, the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Check 41. I'm on. Mike, 41. Mike.
On the ground with a tight end. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
41, Mike. 41.
They'll look to throw here.
Let's go.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Another run with Sanders. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The Dolphins at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They're going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A throw over the middle taken in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Shaquille Barrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Stephanie! 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Double time.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Check 41. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Right.
Back to throw again.
All day.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be caught by the big tight end Andrews. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 41's coming. 41's a mic. Ready.
Now back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Let's go.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
41's the mic. Check 41.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. High throw, but the catch is made. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready. Bronco 80. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
He'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Christian Wilkins. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
So here are the Patriots to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run with McCaffrey off the option. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
41's coming. Ready. Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Check 41. I'm coming.
He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Out of the gun now on third down.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They run with Sanders off the option.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 23. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run with Sanders. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
They're going to try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
But they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. The holding penalty and negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. An option handoff given to Sanders. He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. What a play there by the first-round pick.
And, Brandon, that's why you invest in a linebacker like this. Not just his ability to make plays, but to make plays that get your defense off the field.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England's offense set to go. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. There he goes right side. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time, because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go to the lead if they can get the ball to the end zone.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Check, 45 to Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Got his man. It's the tight end Long.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Sanders will score. Touchdown, Miami.
There it is, partner. You see it. Four fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter. What we found out so far, 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and 2.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So the Patriots now down by 11. At time, a huge factor. And their undefeated season about to go by the wayside, barring a late miracle. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again with Sanders. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd down and 5.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
45. Mike, 45.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
Let's go. Come on.
Down to the 25. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Miami, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Today, from from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. They'll set up to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get the 18. Second and 9 now. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 15 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, it's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 1. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. And again, it's Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. They're going to look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Chubb will get the call running left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Back to throw here. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
It's now second and 10.
Back to throw again.
Oh, the slant complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The offense on third down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Hard throw, incomplete. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it again with Chubb. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Running right, Jones. Gets past one man. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
13 yards, first down, Packers. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He'll find Aguara complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 2nd and 6. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go, Shaq. Bronco 80. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Back to throw now on first down.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
60 Bison.
Now Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Dobbs.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers are once again back in front.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A 10-play drive that time.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it.
30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75.
And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
He's got the hookup with Dobbs.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game. Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Chubb. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Chubb again. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. And here's Jones again on second down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of
it. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Second and 3. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They'll try the right side with Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Back to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Jones.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get into his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got more.
Chubb on the counter. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
There wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And this one is right through, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Vikings are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Quick slant to Watson.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He'll look to throw. This one caught left side by Cooper.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
2nd and 4.
And he fends him off. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the Packers' 41.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.